Hey guys. Ooh, let's see. You need to go this way. Sorry about the little bit delay to get started, and just start off by saying thank you to Joel. Thank you, Joel, for using the YouTube super chat there. The stream is going fine to YouTube and Twitch, right? Just wanted to check because I had to re-sign into my account here, so I just want to make sure it's streaming everywhere properly. But Joel, thank you for using the super chat. You said you loved the old magazine review. Thank you. That's good. Yeah, as I said in that magazine review video yesterday, I wasn't sure how many people really liked that kind of thing or not. So, but a lot of the comments on the video were people saying that they did like it, they did appreciate that kind of video, so that's good. But the view count on that video is not as high as normal, which is expected. So I mean, like, I expected those kind of videos aren't going to get as high views as like other typical videos, but it seems like those of you guys who do enjoy watching them do appreciate that I do post them. So I will keep posting, I will keep making those reviews, those old magazine reviews. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 or 7 other old magazines like that. So I'll maybe try to do one like once a week or something like that, maybe just until we get through the ones that I have. For some reason my chat here is, and it's doing this on the live stream as well, isn't it? It's like showing every comment like 2 or 3 times. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Like here, these comments will just show once, and then some, I don't know, it's acting weird. Some are just showing once, then some are showing twice, and some are showing 2, 3 times. I don't know. Maybe just don't pay attention to the little chat window below me there. It's acting kind of strangely. If you're only seeing that, then just be aware that people aren't actually commenting like multiple times like that. It's just posting like that. It's weird. It's due to latency. Yeah, I guess so. Can I change that? Let me see. I can't. I should be able to change it here on YouTube. Just a moment. Let's see, stream options. It's set to low latency. Am I should I set it to normal latency or ultra low? I don't know. What's the best? Best for real-time interaction, ultra low. But does not support closed captions, 1440p and 4K resolution. Well, we're not doing 1440 or 4K resolution, so should we just set it to ultra low latency? Would that be better, maybe? Normal or low is usually fine. Yeah, I think low is what I typically have it set at, but I don't know why the chat's displaying weird, strangely. I'll try. Oh. Strange. I don't know. I think I can't change that whilst in the middle of streaming. I think I would have to turn off the stream and restart it again. I don't know. Anyway, you guys are seeing me, hearing me fine. That's the important thing. Just don't pay attention to the chat. Displayed on the window. Again, if you guys are just in the chat just on YouTube, it should just look fine there on YouTube. It's just the display is strange, so I'll maybe just turn that off for the time being, because it's quite small. I think I was wondering this too. I wonder if you guys can even really see that. I think I have it set too small anyway, so let me we'll just turn that off for now. There we go. Okay, let's get to it, shall we? How are you guys all doing today? Raid, thank you for the attempt at advice there. But I'm not sure how much what I can really do about that at the moment. It's probably just some error or something. I don't know. All right, Dianjo, thank you for the advice there. Don't tell people not to focus on the chat, it makes them focus more. Yeah, I know, it's that old thing where you tell someone not to do something and it's just gonna make them do it. Joe, Greg, how's it going, man? I think I saw Brian in there as well. Brian, how you doing? Jonathan, Isotope, yeah, it's raining in Busan. Yep, it's raining here too. Quite a bit. It's kind of rainy season here in Korea. So, Chiquito, what camera do I use? The camera that I use for live streaming, or the camera that I use like for my videos? Also, just on the note of building this kit, guys, you kind of build up just the core Gundam first, right? And then you put the extra armor and stuff on there. But I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Ooh, let's see. Revan, have you seen the MG F90 expansions for the UNO packs? Yes, I did. I posted that on my Facebook page yesterday about that when I saw that announcement, and yeah, wow, that's something, isn't it? The new F90 expansion packs. Rensho, hey, how's it going? 95 Yan, will you paint this kit? I don't have any plans to paint this kit straight away, but it would be cool to like paint a set of like a couple of these, like the regular Earthree and then this one like together. Greetings from the Philippines, Vince. Thank you. Greetings to you as well there in the Philippines. Now, assuming that this is the construction of this is going to be very similar, if not like pretty much like identical to the regular Earthree Gundam. But I actually don't really remember. I mean, it's not like I just built that kit like yesterday or something, so it's not that fresh in my mind. But still, should be a pretty simple build. And really looking forward to building the Windom. So we'll build that up next. If you guys are unfamiliar, if you've never seen when I've done other different kind of like double live streams, usually what I'll do is we'll build this one up first, and then I'll stop the live stream so that I can start a new one. So if you do want to also watch the live stream of the Windom, then just stick around for a little while. We'll build this one first. I'll cut off this live stream and then start a new one in like 5-10 minutes after that, and we'll build that one as well. So, alright, got this here, and here. Also really glad that you guys seem to be enjoying the work in progress on the, is that right? Yeah. You guys seem to be enjoying the work in progress quite a bit on the Devil, or the Devil, God Gundam. I guess that's right. It seems a bit strange, but I'm enjoying working on that, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying watching that. So I've got the next video, next work in progress video. I'll post for that probably tomorrow. It's kind of done. I'm done recording everything I need for the next installment of the work in progress on that. But I think I'll focus on these kits today here, and then I'll post that next work in progress video for you guys tomorrow for that. And then after that, just one more work in progress video on as far as the actual building. So the work in progress video that I'll post for the God Gundam resin kit tomorrow will be covering the arms and the waist section, and then maybe tomorrow afternoon, that'll be like Friday afternoon, and then like beginning of next week I'll be working on just the last parts, so just be the legs and the backpack, and that'll be it for like all the construction of the kit. then we can move on to painting and everything after that, basically. So it's cool. And I've been really trying to like just really focus on that one kit and not try to work on like different works in progress at the same time, but I just couldn't help myself and I started another work in progress the other day, just because it's something small and something I've been wanting to work on just for a while. I had that, and not that long, I mean I had the idea just kind of recently, and I kind of wanted like, it's a small simple idea that's something I feel like I'll just like forget about if I don't do it right away, so I thought I'll just do it right away. And so I'm working on another small little work in progress as well, which is working on a Megami device kit actually. So I'm recording a work in progress video for that as well at the same time. So probably like later, middle, we'll see how the progress is going, but middle to late next week, maybe later, towards the end of next week, I guess, I'll have the work in progress video for that for you guys about the little side project of the Megami device kit that I'm working on. It's pretty cool though. So you guys should be excited to see that, I hope. I know a lot of you guys prefer robot stuff and not too interested in the Musume girl stuff, but for those of you who are, it should be cool. And also just wanted to say thank you to Brian here before I forget. He didn't have a question, just saying hi. Brian, though, thank you for using the super chat there. Appreciate that. Rosnoff, hi, hello. How about your frame arms custom build? I did do a frame arms custom build a few months ago now, and I would like to do another one. I don't have another one, see, in my work in progress queue here. There's no other frame arms custom build in the works at the moment, except for, I guess, if you count like the XS kit. That's one of the planned work in progress, is the high grade XS, infusing the frame arms architect frame into the HGXS to improve its articulation. And I just want to up the brightness a little bit. I was feeling it's looking a bit dark over here. And let's see, Eggroll Gang on Twitch asked, where do you gay P Bandai kits? I think you mean where did I get? There you go, you corrected it. Okay, sorry, I saw that. Where did I get my P Bandai kits? Well, P Bandai is available for those of us here in Korea. So like, there's a Korean on the official Bandai Korea site. We have P Bandai here, so I usually just am ordering that here in Korea. And there's another version of the head here, I see. I guess we'll use that later. We got a bunch of stickers to put here on the head. So hang on a second. Scratching paint, Adam asked here, hang on. Is a scratching paint when moving the joints for posing something I should be worried about for painted build? Yeah, you should be worried about that. You can take different precautions, but generally I would just advise just plan on not moving the kit much once it's painted. Would be the best bet. But if you really want to, then yeah, you can just do a little bit more sanding on the joints before you paint, just to give them a little bit more clearance. You have options here. I didn't really notice this about this. Hang on. Depending on which color stickers you put on this, there's the different colors. So for these like eye stickers, you can do them either in purple or in red. The purple are for if you want to make the Eldora Core Gundam, and the red is for if you want to make the Alus Core Gundam. And we're just doing the Alus, so we'll just stick to that. So just got those 3 stickers on there, and then just slide the clear part over that. I think the red would probably show up nicer under the purple anyway, so that'll look more interesting, I think. So there we go. Just I'm into the Alus Core Gundam design, but just the head by itself on there does look kind of goofy. But I think once we get it more put together, it'll probably look a little bit more interesting. How do you feel about the Alus head being unable to transform? I mean, I'm not to the point in the build that I even, like, I guess realized that it transformed. I was wondering why there's another head. I guess I just kind of didn't really think about it too much. But yeah, I guess the second head is for it to transform, isn't it? But how do I feel about it not being able to transform? I mean, it's a tiny little simple HG head, so I wouldn't really expect it to be able to transform like that. And so I don't really care. I don't mind. It's okay. It's all about managing your expectations. If you're going into like a kit like this, or if you were particularly excited about a kit like this and like you liked its function in the show that like the head transformed, I wouldn't really expect the HG version of the kit to be able to do that. There's just some things that kits can and can't do, right? If this was a master grade or even like maybe a real grade, then maybe yes. For a high grade, something like that, I wouldn't expect. There we go. What's your take on the question? Huh? Ken. Okay, sorry. There's your. I was wondering what's the question. Oh, you posted a question just before that. Is it better to top coat unpainted build kits before using the penoline accent to protect the kit? So you're talking about not painting the kit, but you do want to penoline it. And you're using Tamiya penoline accent color, which is known to be kind of dangerous on bare plastics, so you're wondering, is it better to top coat the kit with like gloss coat or something to help protect it a little bit from the penoline accent color before you do the penolining, I suppose is what you're meaning to ask with your question. And so I would say, yeah, that will help. Probably what would be the best thing to do would be to just use a different method for penolining. Probably use just a penoline marker or something. If you're not going to paint the kit and you're worried about the effect of using the Tamiya accent color on the plastic, then there's a lot of other different ways you can penoline. I would just recommend just getting something like a penoline marker, or even just like a, depending on the color you need, you can even just use a mechanical pencil. So there's different things you can do. Revan asks, what's your expectation on the MG EX? Yeah, you guys asked me that a bunch last week, and I still don't really have much to say about that, because we don't know any more about it today than we did on, when was that? That we were looking at that. Anyway, last week. What was that event? When was that? Was that during the Curios live stream or something that you guys were asking me about that? Anyway. Yeah, I know I don't really have anything else that I could add about what the MGEX is going to be. I have no idea if EX means that it'll be something bigger or just like more complicated in some way as far as like the construction, or it'll just be like more expensive for some reason. But I don't think it'll just be like more expensive for no reason. It'll be more expensive because it's either larger or more complicated of a kit. If it was just more expensive because it was like a special coating version or something like that, they wouldn't call it an MGEX. They would just call it whatever kit it is, you know, special coating version or whatever. So it's probably something either larger or more complicated. And as far as like large MGs go, they've done large MGs before, like the Master Grade XS, the Deep Striker in particular, the FAZ, which recently came out. It seems like the largest MG kits typically come from Gundam Sentinel. But then you also have other stuff like the full armor Verka, the Unicorn full armor, the O, I guess, pretty big one as well too. So you have these larger size master grades, and I would highly doubt that they would make something any larger than the O or like the Deep Striker as a master grade kit. That at that point you're getting into like mobile armor territory, and I don't think they're gonna make anything like that as a master grade. I could be wrong. That could be what it is, but probably more likely what it's going to be is just something more complicated, like something like a 2.0 Unicorn. Oh yeah, Jonathan was saying that, and I mentioned that last week, and then I think I saw there was some rumor about that from some possible leak from some Chinese site or something. I think that's probably more likely, something along those lines. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be like a new master grade Unicorn, or if it's going to be something, I don't know. For all the different RX-78s that we're getting out this year for the anniversary, it could be like some new awesome version of a master grade RX-78 too. But to have a 3.0 and then go to like a MGEX, which would essentially be like a 4.0, seems pretty extreme, but I guess that's in the name, so we'll have to see. At this point I don't really know what to expect, so we shall see. Let's see. The left and right versions of this arm are different, and I think I've got the wrong one here. So we'll just build this like this. Then this one goes here, top of that, and this one here. I thought I was building this up as the right arm, but we'll just build it as the left arm, no big deal. This part also needs to go on a certain way. Like that. That doesn't seem like it's totally on there. There we go. Because it wasn't on there totally. And let's see, we got a little hand cover here. Apparently you have 3 different hand options and 1 hand cover. So that's never fun. Let's see, and then these other parts are for putting on the extra armor, which we're going to do later. We're just going to build up this as the core Gundam for now, and then in the review I'll go over all of adding all the armor and everything onto it for now, because I want to be able to show it to you guys in the review first as just the core Gundam. What's your thoughts on the RE100 Shokyu? I saw it in the store. I want to hear your opinion first. Also saw it's the same size as the Gunnizi. Yeah, it should be small because it's a smaller design. What are my thoughts on the Shokyu? I don't really care for the design. It's not really to my taste. But I mean, as far as RE kits go, I mean, it looks pretty standard. So I would say if you like the design, I would say go for it. Like the shield effect part looks pretty cool, and it's got like some interesting gimmicks. Revan asks, should the hand cover is glue? I think you mean should you use glue for the hand cover? I would say you don't really, in most cases, you shouldn't really need to use glue for the hand cover. So you wouldn't really need to, but if you want to, you could always do that, just to be extra safe, I suppose. Hey, over there on Facebook. Hey, Freddy. Freddy said, can't wait to get my Curios. Well, I'm sure you'll enjoy the Curios very much. So, the wait will be worth it, I'm sure. Hang in there. It's a really fun kit. MGEX Full Armor Double Fin Funnel Haro Unit 3 Space Type Final Battle version. Yeah, Gerardo, that's probably, I mean, that's a good guess. It's as good as any, I suppose. Hey Zach, what are your thoughts on good alright. Good panel line design when scribing? Any recommendation on design theory? Eric? Yeah. Oops, shoot. Forgot this part in there. Recommendations on panel line design. Yes, give me just a second here. Finish putting this part together. Lost a piece there. Yes, I have some idea for you. Is there supposed to be that weird gap there? Doesn't look right to have that gap in the top of the arm, but I guess that's right. It's kind of a weird design. There's this book, which I can recommend. This one's pretty good. I did a kind of review on this book. Didn't I? I think I did a short review on this book, didn't I? Just kind of going over it. Anyway, this book, Gundam Pro Factory. This is book 01. I think he's up to book 3 or 4 now. But this book has a lot in here about panel line theory, different design. This is for like a base, but there's other sections in here about panel lining on armor. So like using the 3-point technique. This is bad. These are examples of bad placement because it's kind of like off center. Although I wouldn't say necessarily that it's bad. It just depends on what you're going for. These are kind of more usual, what you would see. But anyway, yeah, this book is quite good. I know we do sell that at USA Gundam Store, but I don't know if it's in stock at the moment. But if you check on there, you should be able to find that. Maybe they'll try a new technology in the MGEX. Yeah, that's another possibility if they try to include some like motorized function or something like that. Could be. That's something, you know, that I've kind of been dreading. Because I don't want them to go down the route of trying to incorporate anything motorized into the kits, but I'm just kind of worried that someday Bandai's gonna do that. And it's just gonna be silly. David, what is up? Yeah. I forgot I blocked off that light. I should take that off. I put a piece of paper up over one of the lights above me. It's probably throwing some stuff off. How long that you review your custom build Marcosius? Yeah, the custom build Marcosius that I was working on, I kind of shelved temporarily so that I could work on the God Gundam resin kit. So as soon as the God Gundam resin kit is done, I will finish up my custom build Marcosius. It's pretty much done. Pretty much like all the customization is done. I just need to finish up just cleaning everything up and then just painting it basically. But yeah, that's in the works still. Like a self-transformable unicorn, yeah, right, and exactly some sort of like automated transformation unicorn. If it's like a bust, then I could be down for that. If it was just like a unicorn bust, like it's just like the chest and the head or something, then that would be cool. But if it's like the full kit, just no thank you. Remember that self-transform unicorn kit? Yeah. I mean, Bandai did. That was earlier this year or something. Bandai did show off something about a transforming unicorn head bust. I don't know what the deal with that is. If that's still in the works or what. Could be something that they kind of temporarily put on hold. But I don't think that's related to whatever the MGEX is. I'd imagine that's probably something different. Yeah, Raid, there was there's that fake new armor for the Alus that's coming out. I originally pre-ordered that because I did think that it looked pretty cool, but then just the other day, when I was just taking a look at it again, because Bandai just posted some new images of that, which I think are not actually all that new. I think it was just like higher res images of basically the same images that they had shown before. But anyway, I had canceled my pre-order for that. I decided I didn't really like the look of it, actually, so I changed my mind on getting and reviewing that set of like optional stuff for this kit, just because I thought it didn't actually look that cool for me personally, anyway. Will you buy the HGIBO Gremory and also Voile Yuhana if they make it? Those names sound familiar. I think weren't those like designs that they hinted or something like that? I don't remember. But yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't planning on getting the Marcosius, then I changed my mind on that. And I was kind of glad that I did, because I'm pretty happy with what I've done with customizing the Marcosius. And I'm looking forward to getting the other one that's coming out later this year. I forget the name of it. The other new HGIBO kit that we've got on the books to come out. It's kind of related to the Marcosius, right? Forget the name, but yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, if they do end up making more HGIBO kits, which I think they probably will, make one or two more still yet, I'll check them out. Thank you, Lorenz, the Hajiraboshi. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if they make some more, I'll check them out, definitely. Unless it's something that just really doesn't look interesting to me at all, then in that case, maybe not. But let's see. These extra feet part are gonna be for later on, when it's transformed, but I just want to put this part together. Without checking the instructions, I can assume it's just as simple as putting that together on there like that. And this part probably goes where? I better check, just out of curiosity. Well, this one goes here. Oh, this one, what? Oh, it's this other piece. This one goes on the back. Oh, wait. This one goes on here. And this one also goes on the back of here. Sorry. Okay. There we go. So there's the whole leg section that we'll add on later. And this part, which goes on the back of here. Like that. Right, anyway. What is your wish list for 2020 Master Grade? Well, I think 2020 is probably already pretty settled. Let's see, what's the next Master Grade that's coming out? Just the Wing Verka? That's the next one that we know of. I don't know if anything is coming out between the Curios, which just came out, and the Wing Verka in November. Do we have anything else that's coming out? I feel like that's all, right? Is there something else that I'm forgetting? ANA Studio or ANA Studio, excited about the Wadon pod. Yeah, I'm excited for that too, actually. That's something I'm excited for. Let's see. And someone asked earlier what my thoughts were about the new armor stuff for the Barbatos, and I don't really have much thoughts about that. Hey DT Warrior, what's up? And Thomas, hello. The new parts for the Barbatos are pretty cool. I'm glad they're releasing that as just a parts set rather than a full kit, because I think that's just better for people. I mean, it's better for Bandai, because people are then required to buy a whole other Barbatos, because if people already have the Master Grade Barbatos, but they want to keep one as like the original, like 4th form, but they want to also get the new part set, and they have to buy another one. So I mean, it's good planning on their part to get people to buy more of the same kit. But it's also good just for people who maybe don't want to buy a full other Barbatos kit. Like if you already have one and you just wanted the armor parts for it, then you can get that without having to buy a full other kit. So I think just having it just as an option part is just better for everyone, an option part set. So that's good. It also keeps the price, a little bit down. Because especially if you're living outside of Japan, or if you're living in an area where it's harder or more expensive to get P Bandai stuff, a lot of that extra cost you're paying for is because of the shipping cost. So shipping for larger boxes is going to be more expensive. So if it's just a parts set box, then the price is going to be cheaper, because the shipping fee will be cheaper. So that means the cost for you will be less as well. So that's good. If it was a full kit with the full Gundam and the parts set and everything, it would be a bigger box, more expensive. No one likes that. So I think overall it's a good deal. But yeah, that's it for Master Grades this year, right? It's just the Wing Verka. But I don't know, because I think on the one hand I wanted to say maybe because of the coronavirus, Bandai's production was just slowed enough that maybe they had something else planned, but they couldn't. They don't have the capacity to like actually finish the production of that this year because of the coronavirus. But that's probably not the case, because they probably have stuff planned out. They would have had whatever they have planned for this year. They would have had it planned out long before the coronavirus was a thing. So I don't think that would have really made much of a difference, actually. We need a MG Woundwort Hazel 2. Well, which is it that you want? There's no other piece for this? There we go. Some more MG Advanced Zeta stuff would be cool. Basically, if they made an MG, Woundwort, that'd be pretty cool. Because then that opens them up to making all the different Woundwort variations. So there we go. There's our guy. That's pretty much done. Let's see, those parts we don't need here. We can also just kind of build the weapons parts here, I suppose. Let's see. It's got the effect hand, very similar to like the HG Garazo. One or both of those also have the same kind of effect where you have to paint the hand and mask off the effect parts separately. So there's that. Ben counter, yes, he's very cute. He's in like a mini evil cute kind of way. Alright, so to build this gun, these parts on here, this part fits over the back, so you can build just this little tiny little rifle here like the regular Earthree has, but you can spice up your life making these other parts here as well for the big gun. And that goes onto here like that, and this one here like that, and this one goes onto the side there, and now the gun is massive, and that just fits into there, right? There you go. Giant gun. And this head is for storing this when you've got it all stored up on the thing. So let's do that. His hands are awesome. Yeah, the hands are awesome, Greg. I do like the hands for this. They're long and they're nicely detailed. So pretty cool. Cool hands. Yes, it is certainly a BFG. And you can take this part off and then reattach it on here for like a side handle kind of thing. Anyway, let's attach all these parts onto here. How do we do that? So, got this big piece here, and our hands. Is it these hands or other hands? Which hands is it? I'm gonna say... Huh? Does it matter? I guess... Oh, it's these. It is these. Okay. Right here. There we go. These hands go into here. I guess you can choose where they go. I'm just gonna put them right here for the time being. And then what? This other part goes on to here. Like that. Okay. Then these chest armor pieces go onto the side of here. There we go. Like that. And these parts go on the top of there. Like that. And the shoulder parts. You need to put these together first, I suppose. Let's see. I'm waiting for the MG Gundam Floros to come out. Yeah, that'll be a cool one. I'm looking forward to the Floros coming out. I don't know if or when that's going to happen, but assuming that eventually, hopefully, it does come out at some point. I'm looking forward to that. guess that's all. Can we put 2 sets of hands on here? The unused hands can be stored. Okay, so we should be able to put 2 sets of hands onto here, which is good, because we have 2 different sets of hands for some reason. 2 sets of holding hands. The other one, both sets can be stored on here at the same time. So, okay then. That goes onto there, and then our optional head, which we haven't built yet. Let's go back to where we missed that. We're gonna also make this as the Alus Earthree Gundam, not the Eldora version. So those parts go together. Then we need this red piece here. And the one for the eye. Now do we need to move the clear part for the head? I guess not. But I do need to remove this little bit of sticker in there. There we go. And I'm gonna need this. Get this sticker pressed all down on here. Okay. There's actually a bunch of stickers for the option parts. So actually, I was under the understanding that this transformed version of the head also uses the clear part here, but I guess maybe not. So there you go. That's interesting. That goes on there. And there's other, yeah, like I said, stickers for these clear parts. What's that head fit for? There's another head too. More stickers on different clear parts that I missed. What's that other head for? Oh. This is for what? A head with a different design compatible with the core docking custom is included. So I guess it's a head that's compatible with the different core Gundam option parts. Okay. This one also has some stickers on this. 11, 12, 13, 14. A lot of stickers. Alright. We got one here. The head camera. And then one's here on the sides. Like that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, in there. There's not a lot of 1/44 scale Dendrobium reviews on YouTube. Were you guys wanting me to do a HG Dendrobium review? I don't have one. I'd have to get one first. And I don't know if I really want to do that necessarily. Quite the sticker here on the front of the face. Prisoner Zach already has the RG Phoenix. Yeah, I've got the RG Phoenix right here. You can see it right behind me. Actually, I already recorded the unboxing for that, and I just need to get around to just building in it. Because I've been actually kind of like on the fence whether I want to live build it or just not build it live. Because I think in order to build that while protecting the gold parts, I think I can't do like my kind of normal way of preparing for live builds. Where I just throw everything in a box like this. I think if I just throw all the parts in there in the box like that, then it's just going to be like just scratching up all the gold parts and everything. And so I think for that I probably need to just not live build it, but at the same time I really want to live stream build it because I know that you guys, there's probably a lot of people who would like to watch that. probably a lot of interest in that kit. So I'd like to share that by building it live, but I just don't think that it'll work. I don't know. What do you guys think? Try to build it live and just go for it? Or what? Anyway, it's something that I need to do still, yeah. So, okay, so we have the extra head. The extra head can store here on here as well, which is pretty cool. So you can store everything in the kitchen sink all here on the back, and okay, and the front skirts, which are supposed to have some stickers on here. 20. Where my tweezers go? Come on. Or maybe just the new live build the new parts. I guess. In your review video, will you compare the Earthree Core Gundam to the Earthree Alus Gundam? Yeah, I mean, you mean like just compare the Core Gundams, or compare like the full kits? I do have, like in the process of moving over the last couple weeks, I packed up a lot of kits, so that they're not really easy to get to. But the Earthree Gundam I kept out because I knew I was gonna want it for comparing in this review, so I've got it on hand, so I will be comparing. I don't know if I'm gonna strip them both down and compare the Core Gundams side by side, because I don't really think I necessarily need to do that. If you guys want to see like a comparison of the Core Gundams just by themselves side by side, or like just seeing the like the full built up Gundams side by side is enough. What do you think? Hey Zach, any plans to build any of the Mechanicore kits since you'll be moving to the US? I imagine getting rid of those huge boxes before then. Yeah, JV, you're certainly speaking my language there. It's definitely something that I've been thinking about. With those Mechanicore kits, you know, at the moment our plans to move to the US are postponed until we're not sure exactly when. So it's not something that I need to think too strongly about quite yet, fortunately, but it is something that I need to think about. Do I want to bother taking them back to the US with me, or just selling them? I really kind of feel bad about selling them though, because like I don't really want to, but at the same time, yeah, when am I going to build them? I do need to build them. So actually I brought the other ones are all at my house, the bigger ones, but the Cassie is kind of like as big as the Cassie kit actually is when it's all built up. The box is actually the smallest one, I think, of all of them. So I brought that here, and I would like to build it probably in the fall, a couple months down the line. It's something I would like to work on. So, and with the Hathaway's Flash coming out, it feels kind of fitting to do if I were to build like either the Cassie or the Penelope. But I feel like the Cassie would probably be a good one to do. So, yeah, we'll see. And I feel like that's probably a good starter one as well. You know what I mean? Where do these other stickers go now? I missed some stickers along the way. I wasn't really paying attention to that, and now I'm wondering where they go on the kit. got those. Let's see, on the legs? No, there's nothing there. On the arms? No, nothing there. On the head, I got those. On the torso, did I miss something there? No? That's back on our color pages, I must have missed something. Aha! On the shoulders. That makes sense. Then there's still one more though. Where's that go? Someone lend me a helping hand. This sticker here, this dark colored one, 22. Where does that one go? Carlos, thank you for using the super chat there. He said, thank you for the stream and your videos. What tweezers are you using for the decals? These are just Tamiya craft tools. Nothing really special. Tweezers, I think, are probably one of the tools that are least consequential for like for having like a name brand product. It's like, I don't know, between like even other stuff like nippers, knives, I mean there's gonna be, I guess maybe different feel or different quality between different products, but as far as like tweezers go, there's probably not a whole lot to that. I mean, it's just tweezers. I wouldn't really necessarily worry about getting like name brand ones. I just have these because I've had them forever. I got them when I was living in Japan, I'm sure, probably. And you know, everything like name brand hobby stuff, everything is relatively cheap in Japan, cheaper than anywhere else. So I got these when I was there, and they wouldn't have cost that much. But I don't know, wherever you are in the world, you're probably going to be paying more for them than if you were in Japan, for example. So if you're in Japan, then I would say, yeah, I mean, just you might as well just go ahead and get some Tamiya ones, just because then you've got Tamiya ones. But if you're not in Japan, then I wouldn't really bother with it. Just get whatever. So where does the sticker go? I'm wondering. 22 goes on the clear hand. Aha! Thank you. Where's that in the menu? Thank you very much, Mafiuyu. You're a real pal. So we can put those aside for now. Yes, that makes sense. Suppose if I really would have got down and thought about that, I could have sorted that out, but I wasn't paying attention to that part of the manual. There we go. Thank you. And now we can get back to putting all these parts here onto this thing so that we can finish this up and then move on to the Gundam, which I'm actually particularly more excited for. So that will go on there. That one on there. This skirt part will attach on here onto the back. Skirt first, and this head part on here as well. And then this big part here, attach onto there like that. And this gun part. Oops, I think I put the top and bottom parts opposite on this. That's supposed to be there, and this one's supposed to be on the bottom, so that it faces like that. There you go. And then this part, oh, actually the beam effects door's in here as well, doesn't it? Interesting. That just slips right into there, so you got storage for that too. Ooh. And this one too. Just goes onto here like that. Okay. That's pretty cool, like everything can store onto here. What about the feet though? Where do the feet go? These feet parts. Oh, they're just supposed to be connected up underneath there. Okay. It's easy. that's it, right? Oh, there are some leftover extra parts of the core Gundam with this that you're not going to use. Stick those in there, but everything fits onto there, which is pretty cool. So if you got your actual like beam rifle in hand, the only thing, you can't store the beam rifle anywhere on there, unfortunately. That's like the only thing. But I feel like if you got creative, you could just stick it in there like that. Boom, there you go. So you've got your core Gundam and everything else all just as its own separate thing. So that's pretty cool. I like that, how it's very organized, kind of contained to that. So you won't have like a bunch of little leftover parts that you need to like keep track of. You just wanted to have this, and you could just set this like off to the side with all of your other accessories and stuff just over here, and you know, do whatever with your core Gundam, which is pretty cool. So I like that. The core Gundam is a pretty interesting design, yeah, compared to the Earthree version, or just the regular Earthree Gundam version, I mean. So, alright. Very interesting. Kind of Saint Seiya armor. Yeah, I mean, that's something I'm not really that familiar with Saint Seiya stuff, but I know it well enough to know what you're talking about that I agree it does kind of have a similar kind of thing like that, right? So I guess store the beam rifle, process to store it. Yeah. I thought there's no like there's no way necessarily to like stick the beam rifle on there just like by itself, but obviously you could just, you know, it wasn't obvious to me at first, clearly, but yeah, you can just stick it in there. So sorted that out. Hasaki, hey, what's going on? You're coming in right at the end of the stream, right at the end of this stream, so I'm gonna cut off the stream here now that this one is done. We'll stop, and then I'll restart the stream and give me about like 5 minutes or so just to reset everything, and then we'll build up the Gundam next. So I'm looking forward to that. Looks like very cool. So yeah, Hasaki, just chill out for a minute. I'll start the stream back up in just a moment. For now, guys, thanks for hanging out. Building the Alus Earthree Gundam. It's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to, you know, doing the review. I think when it comes to the review and I start posing it up and having some more fun with it, I think I'll enjoy it more. As it is at the moment, I don't know. There's not much I can really do with it, but it'll be cool. All right, so hang on, guys. I'll be right back.